Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today what we're doing is we're filling up our water tanks in our cabin. So I know we've talked about this before and I've been going to video it and just never have got around to doing it. So we're going to do that today in this sprinkling rain. So we got everything hooked up here. We have a 250 gallon tank that we go get water in at a local gas station at Newman's, and we have a 120 volt pump here, transfer pump that we pump it into the cabins with. So we hook up a hose. We got our hoses going into the cabin and an air return coming back out. So we'll fill it till it runs back out the overflow there. So we have a plug in on the outside of the house here with a switch on it. We can turn the pump on. My tank's not very low on water right now really, so it won't take a lot to fill mine. And then we'll go down and fill Tyler's and then go fill Perry's as well. So kind of got a little bit of a snow hump here beside the house where the snow is slid off the cabin. Bring it back here where you can see it a little bit, but so still don't have near as much snow as we had last year at this time. So it don't really take very long to do this. It takes about 20 minutes to fill our tank when we get up there to fill it. And we didn't have it completely full today because we didn't need all of it. But and that, you'll see water shoot out of that where that black piece is hanging on the end of that hose. That's actually a filter screen. Keep any insects or anything like that from crawling up into the water line. So about ready. There she goes. All right. Okay. So I got that tank's full. A little bit of a hazard here climbing over that snowbank.
You're not even locked in four-wheel drive.
Oh, shit, I ain't playing with one boot.
With one boot.
How the heck did I do
Didn't
that?
lock the locker in.
Why didn't I just roll with one boot? That looked real stupid at the station a while ago, I bet. I bet everybody's wondering why I don't have one boot rolled up. I walk around there looking like a goofball. So we try to get everything where we're going, so we'd filled up our gas cans. And Tyler got some propane. Other gas cans in here. You want to drive that down there, Tyler, and I'll follow you with this? All right. So Tyler's going to drive down there to his place. And we'll fill his up. Pretty nice out here today. It's, I don't know, it's probably got to be up around right at 30 degrees. So pretty nice here. Our humidity is quite a bit higher here. I think this morning when I looked, our humidity here was like 82%. So compared to home, I looked and there was like 42%. So one of the reasons it feels so much warmer here than it does there. Got all these little trails we've cut around here for walking in originally, but man, we kind of use them all the time. About need to get the snow blower down here and go around our trailers again. One might get kind of hard to access here for long. We have blowed out around them a couple of times, but now they're setting up the propane bottles here. Gas cans. I'll grab it.
Didn't want to knock it over backing up there.
We'll set it up on the porch so it don't get snow all over it, or on the bottom of it. All right, we got that. And he'll back up here to his pipes. He's got a plug in there on the outside of the house. Plug it for that for power. And then backs up here to the corner of the house. You can see the water lines here. So, this is where we fill it at. That's good. Alright. Now we'll get this hooked up. I think you can probably see that.
I realize how narrow our little trails are, so you can't, till you bring a full-size vehicle in here.
Yeah. So he hooks up the hose to that. I'll go take the power cord down here and we'll plug it up. Walking, well, snow slid off of his roof too. And, it's kind of hard to walk through. Plug up here for power. I'll turn on his pump.
Ready?
Yep. Tyler's tank looked like it needed about 75 gallons of water probably. What he's doing there is he's checking his vent to make sure he can feel air blowing out as he's putting water in, because otherwise you could blow the tank up if something happened and that happened to freeze shut.
I have had that screen freeze.
So
And then at least luckily it was on when I was pumping water in the house and started pulling a vacuum on the tank.
yeah, that we could have some difficulties out here in the cold weather. Perry and Tyler was, while I was gone down south, they had to do this when it was really cold. So it's been, I guess, 2 weeks since you got water.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's something we have to do every day, but it has to be done periodically. So and these pipes are all laid to slant like that, so when we get done, that way everything drains back out, so the pipes don't freeze. So then, as you can see around there where we pushed and drug a little snow here and there, and you can really see how it piles up there where it slides off the house. And there's here in his outhouse, it slides off his outhouse good because there's no heat in there, so lets it come right off of there. The houses, what you have out here is you wind up building ice dams along the bottom edge, and you can kind of see right there how thick that ice is. That right there is what builds up on the edge of the eave there where it overhangs, and that's what they call an ice dam. But that's how big they are. I mean, it's amazing how. Kind of give you an idea how thick that is. You can see my hand there, how thick that gets. So even on a roof with as much pitch as that has, and I can't remember what that pitch is there. It's hey Tyler. Hey Tyler. Tyler, how much? What is that roof pitch here?
The steepest part,
Yeah.
like 13 and a half, 12, almost 14,
Okay.
12.
Yeah, almost a 14, 12. So, you know, it in Missouri you probably wouldn't have any stick on that, but here it builds up that ice dam along the edge, and it holds the snow up there. But the worst part of the ice dam is it can back water up and cause you some roof leaks, or actually separate your tin and stuff like that. So yeah, I was doing that the other day, getting the snow off the roof so the ice dam could melt, because this one here, it actually, as the snow come off of that top part up there, when we rake it off, it actually knocks the ice dam off. On my cabin, I should have showed that while I was up there, but you know, mine still has 4 or 5 inch ice dam all the way around the bottom of it. So fortunately mine has ice and water shield underneath it, so if it leaks, or it gets underneath the metal, it's not hugely big deal as long as it don't bend the metal up. But so you can see how difficult it is to heat. I know Tyler's got his bedroom window standing wide open up there on a 30-degree day. So of course, he got his stove going, but it's choked down all the way. But
It's still probably 80 degrees in the house.
yeah, still 80 degrees in there with the window open upstairs. So, but I need to do a complete video on Tyler's cabin like I did Perry's, so everybody can kind of see what the finished product really looks like. It's not completely finished inside, but it's definitely a long ways along. So you can see that we did put up some
Did update to some other solar panels.
yeah, updated from they had 4 100-watt solar panels, and he took them down the other day and put up 4 250-watt solar panels. And then once maxes out his charge controller, but then this spring he'll get another charge controller and put the other 100-watt panels back up here on the front, so he can catch the sun coming up that direction in the morning. So maybe we should have went in and filled that tank plumb up. I didn't think we'd use that much. So Perry might come out on the short end of the stick. No, we didn't get the ramps either at the house.
Oh yeah, forgot the ramp.
We have to, as we get down to empty the barrel out, we have to pull the front of the truck up on the ramps to be able to drain our tank all we can, because it's always below freezing here. So you can see how the ice accumulates in the bed of my pickup. So just from whenever we finish draining out the tank. Whoop. All right, he's full. He's running out the bottom there. So. So then after he's done, and he opens that valve up right there to drain that. The purpose of having that valve on there is so that when you unhook the hose, you don't get drenched. So otherwise it'd be trying to drain back out while you were unhooking it, and you'd have water shoot all over your hands, which would really suck when it's really cold. And then he keeps a cap over it just to
About 2 threads, otherwise it'll
freeze
to it pretty bad.
So let that thing finish running out a little bit there first, and then put the cap on it, and that basically keeps anything from
Keeps critters,
getting
insects
in there,
out.
keeps it clean. So, well, you know, pull on up to his. Hey Perry, would you where you got your wheeler, you want to run down there and grab them ramps,
Oh, okay.
and just pull up there to his, and I'll walk on up there. So Perry's got to run back to the house and get the ramps. We had to unload them a while ago. Normally leave them in the truck, but we had to unload them because we had so many gas cans and propane bottles to get in there. But you always got to have the water drain down and blow that valve on the tank, because you sure don't want it to freeze in the valve, because then you wouldn't be able to fill it back up with the water next time you went. So we always have to make sure it's down enough to clear that valve. So we sure didn't have this much snow stuff to remove last year. We just had a little bitty spot. We didn't really have a good way of doing it last year, but this year we got quite a bit to keep cleaning. It's not been too bad this year. No more snow than we've had. You see there, that's pretty fresh where Perry's back in there. So you can see it's not too deep. Well, past these running boards, but not too bad. About up to them over here. That'll do.
I put it two-wheel and rotate the tires and sink it down in there.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt. Good. Because they probably won't back over that humping two-wheel, I bet.
Huh?
They probably won't back over that humping two-wheel, but they'll probably sink it down a little bit. Good, a little bit.
Feels low in the back.
Yeah, it definitely dropped it down a ways. So, got a pretty good hump to climb over on that side. Listen here, I wish we would have took out 2 or 3 more trees here when we was clearing this, but when we had the opening down here, it looked like it was big and looked like we had lots of room, but once we started building, it didn't seem quite so much then. And of course, by that time, we didn't really have time to jack around with that. We were too busy trying to build houses. So now last time we had an issue with Perry's here where we got a spot underneath it that's low, and his had a frozen spot in that pipe, so we have to address that. Yep, definitely not froze this time, so that's good. So on his, we have an outlet there, plug the pump up, valve there, same deal as Tyler's. Got a ball valve on it, and the reason for that, mine, not really that big a deal. I don't really have 20 feet of pipe, beyond where I hook up, so don't really have to worry about it on mine. But so anyway, on his, it comes in, goes across underneath the house, up. His tanks are actually up there in the attic, and then the overflow comes back down, and that's his overflow right there. So you'll actually see water coming out of that if it got full, but I bet we don't have enough water to finish filling his up.
Yeah,
so
we got enough to make it come out the overflow here.
No, so Perry has a 105-gallon tank like Tyler's, and he also has a 55-gallon another tank attached to that one as well, so he can actually hold 160 gallons. So
165, I guess it is.
yeah, so that's kind of the way we fill our tanks up. So we don't have any other big things to share right now, other than the snow and more snow yet. So you can see the humps around here. So if we had as much snow this year as we had last year, those banks right there would be 5 feet tall. But this is the the trail we cut back in through there last year, or actually during the summer, which you can kind of see back through there. It kind of winds around. We didn't really want a straight trail. So anyway, So that's a trail, and we can take our snow machines through there. And hope we're going to see a moose walk through there one day, but well, a moose come in between there are 2 cabins, but it didn't go through there. So anyway, that's all we got for now. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you would. Appreciate everybody watching. Sorry we didn't post any videos for a while, but we're back again. Thank you.